Hey everybody, welcome to Go for Green Living Homestead. My name is Daniel, and today I got a special treat for y'all. 7 years on solar. Let's add it up. Let's do the math. For you, Lord, I'll go for green living. Okay, now last year I did 6 years on solar, and okay, thank you, Rooster. And I made a mistake about the math. I said 11 cents the power company was charging me. Well, they aren't charging me, but they charge everybody else about 11 cents average for a kilowatt hour used. Well, I was wrong. It's roughly about 15 cents per kilowatt hour that they're charging. If you add up taxes and their minimum fees and all that, it just adds up. So, divide it up into what they're actually charging, and they're fixing to make a statewide rate hike, so to meet more the average of the United States. So that's not good for whoever's on power. I have added 2 more panels, the double charge controller to the install. I'm using 2 battery banks and 8 panels now. I added 600 watts. These are 300 watts a piece. And you put those together, tie those together, and actually adds 3%. You add it to it. And that's what they produce for 1 hour in the sun, Now, let me explain real quickly what a kilowatt hour is. A kilowatt hour is 1,000 watts of solar panels in the sun for 1 hour is a kilowatt hour. I have roughly, it's close to 3 kilowatts, so it's not quite, but it's close to 3 kilowatts. So these panels in the sun for an hour is roughly 3 kilowatt hours, just so you understand. I'm excited to say that, adding these 2 new panels has greatly increased the amount of money that I saved last year. Adding the double charge controller and these 2 extra panels really has changed my life. They've made my life much easier. I could add a few other appliances that I couldn't have before, like a coffee maker. You wouldn't believe how convenient it is to have a coffee maker than to have to percolate it every morning. It saves time and effort. It gets you started working a lot earlier if you don't have to struggle so much with daily necessities. I added 1,825 kilowatt hours to the total that I produced for the year. Now, for a total of 7 years living on solar, I produced 4,200,705 kilowatt hours for 7 years living on solar. I mean, these panels in the sun, of course I added 2. It was only 6, now there's 8. So you can see how much it grows from last year. Last year we were at 3,540, and this year we're at 4,200,705. So big difference adding those two panels. Now, if you charge, if Alabama was to charge me for that much electricity, if they were to charge me the 15 cents per kilowatt hour, it's $6,005.75. $6,005.75 is what Alabama Power would charge me for the kilowatt hours I produced with these solar panels. That doesn't mean what I used or anything like that. It's just what I produced in kilowatt hours. Now, so that's $6,000 that I would have paid Alabama Power for this much power. Now, these 2 solar panels, I added those, and I take off the expense. This initial system, I installed it, but it cost me $2,500 to install this solar system. The batteries, the inverter, of course I came up with the charge controller, the racking, everything here was $2,500. Now, you have to, if you want to get in solar, you have to negotiate. You have to go and find your best price. You have to look for the best deal. You have to negotiate, and if you have to wheel and deal, do a little work, get some of your neighbors to go in with you on solar panels, and y'all all buy at the same time, you get them all at a good price. That's what I did, and I was able to get a real good deal off these solar panels by buying a bulk at once. They weren't all for me, they were for everybody else, but we all just shared in the profit, shared in the savings. All right, so, but these two solar panels, I actually worked for these two solar panels. I helped somebody, you know, sell other solar panels, and you know, having my connections. This is part of work. You know, this is part of my job is YouTube, and helping them sell the panels I earned to other solar panels. You know, so but I would have paid roughly about $300 a piece, but I didn't have to. So that didn't add any cost to me. Now the double charge controller that I added, now y'all know I sell the charge controller, so that came in on the deal too. So just, you know, me working, building those charge controllers, I was able to get mine for free, which always helps. So actually the addition didn't cost me a thing. Just cost me a little bit of my time, a little bit of my effort, a little bit of, you know, wheeling and dealing, you know, which y'all should be doing. If you're thinking about it, you should be doing it. So it didn't cost me anything to add this on. But now if you take it away, now let's do the math now. It's the 4,207.05 kilowatt hours I produced. Alabama would have put out, the power company would have charged me $6,405.75. You take away my $2,500, my initial investment, and that is $3,905.75. Now I would have paid the power company, but my solar system is paying for itself. Now, the double charge controller, I have to talk about that a little bit. Now, y'all know I was experimenting with that. I came up with that last year, and I've been using for a year, and I haven't really offered it for sale. But now it's for sale because I've been testing it for a year. It literally saves you having to use a generator because it swaps one battery bank to another battery bank. Really ingenious thing. It's and now I'm going to offer a transfer switch, so to swap from battery bank to battery bank automatically or manually. The manual one is a lot cheaper. The double charge controller with the manual, where you have to flip the switch is $450. But if you want an automatic, so you don't have to think about it, you just want to have power all the time, then that one is $850 for the double charge controller and the automatic transfer switch. I wheel in a deal, making the deal with the transfer switch company. I can get that cheap price for y'all. And it's going to help everybody. It's going to change solar. This is something new. This is going to change solar. I have not had to run my generator but maybe 4 or 5 times just from my well. And I like to run it when I'm washing clothes, you know, when I'm running the washing machine, because it runs the well and my solar runs the washing machine. So y'all know I got a small system, so it just works out. But I used to have to run it all the time for the well. Now it's just like it's just like cake and icing. I get to eat it. Save me time, save me money. It's just incredible, guys. Y'all need to look into this. You need to look into double charge controller, double battery banks. It's going to save on a big, huge system when you can just have a small system like this and be producing the same amount of power and no power wasted. But it'll still, when both battery banks are completely full, it'll still charge the bottom element of your hot water heater, and you'll still be producing hot water, you know, with your excess power instead of wasting. That's incredible. 140 kilowatt hours times 6 years is 35,040.